he gave us Yoga Sutra. In Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, there are 9 steps, one by one. They are not explicitly told in Bhagavad Gita, but they are all there. Yoga, as we know, is not only a physical exercise. It is physical, mental, and spiritual balancing of a person. So therefore, we will consider for a few minutes what Patanjali said about yoga. Yoga in the nowadays has become only physical exercise to heal some of your physical problems. It's very much beyond that. I had the occasion of giving a talk on Bhagavad Gita in what's called Grass Valley in California. It's around 300 kilometers from California, Grass Valley. There is a Shivananda ashrama where they give training of yoga. It's a paid training, 1 month training, they say. But they impose certain restriction for those who want to come to learn yoga. They have tried to retain the perfect yoga that Patanjali has been saying to us. So what are those steps? We will just consider. The steps are, number 1 is called Yama. You can write down those who do not know this. Yama. There are 5 subdivisions in it, which I will tell you later. Second one is Niyama. Again, there are 5 subdivisions in it, which I will tell you later. Third one is Asana. That is physical exercises of yoga, asana. Fourth one is Pranayama. Pranayama, controlling of the breath. Exercise associated with that one. Krishna told us pranayama parayana. There are experts of pranayama around us. Do this, do this, do this, do this, and so on. That pranayama is one of the steps of yoga. Pratyahara is controlling the ambitions, desires, mind. Dharana, concentration. Dhyana, again, thinking of cosmic consciousness or God or whatever you call. And the last stage is Samadhi, where we sit, living all ever ago. I told you, we sit awake better than the joy that we get in a dreamless sleep. You must be able to sit like this in awakened state. That is dhyana. Where you are not there, only light shines through you, through me, and through everything. That is the last state. And then coming back to Yama, there are 5 steps. Number 1 is non-violence. There, I was telling you about Grass Valley. He said, if you can take an oath that you can be a you can be a vegetarian, come here, not otherwise. Because there is himsa in what we eat. And therefore, they say, first, if you want to take a training, be a vegetarian, ahimsa. Ahimsa means not to do violence to any of the living beings. Second one, to speak the truth, satya. Ahimsa 1, satya is the second. To speak the truth. What is speaking satya? It's an interesting thing. Can we say all that we say to people who want it? There must be a limit for this satya also. Supposing a patient goes to the doctor, taken by his children to the hospital. Doctor sees the condition, knows that the man may die in 1 or 2 days. Can he speak the truth to the patient that you are not going to live in after 2 days? If he says that, immediately the man will die. So he must tell the truth to the dependents that this is the condition. I shall try my level best. to save your son, but it could be difficult. That is speaking truth. Once, a sannyasi was doing his meditation, tapas, near a river in the forest. A businessman came running to him and requested this sannyasi, help me, they will kill me, he said. And sannyasi said, you go and hide yourself in my hut, just behind that. And this man went behind and sat in the hut. Within a minute, the robbers who wanted to rob him came to the sannyasi again. He said, sannyasi, remember. And these robbers asked, hey sannyasi, did you see the businessman working here? What should he say? Yes or no? If he says no, he is not speaking truth. If he says yes, they will ask the next question, where is he, which he must answer. So he sat as if he didn't understand it. Then they again threatened the robbers. Tell me, where is he? Did you see him? Then he calmly said, the one who saw him cannot speak. One who can tell about him did not see. So I am absolutely helpless, he said. The robbers thought that he is mad. And thinking that the business might not have come that way, they left the place. But he had told the truth. His eyes had seen him, but eyes cannot speak. He must use his mouth to say that they are in my heart. But that mouth did not see him. So saying So sometimes when we speak the truth, it must be pleasant also. There is one beautiful sloka in Sanskrit. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, na bruyat, satyam apriyam. Swati Shastri knows this sloka. So he says yes. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, na bruyat, satyam apriyam. You must speak the truth. You must speak with love. Don't speak the hard truth. Na bruyat, satyam apriyam. Apriya satya you must not reveal. That's what he said. So that's an important step in the man who wants to be yogi or doing the steps of yoga. The next one is asteya, not stealing anybody's property, not taking anybody's property is asteya. And brahmacharya. So we are all married, we all have family experience. Are we brahmacharis? Yes, you are. Brahmacharya has nothing to do with the husband and wife relation. It is thinking about the cosmic consciousness, thinking about Brahma is brahmacharya. So brahmacharya is the next one. One must have a sincere desire to realize Brahma, that is brahmacharya. And aparigraha, unnecessarily don't take anything. Parigraha is to receive many things and go on keeping for himself with greed. That greed must not be there at all for a man. These are the 5 different steps of yama. Again, I will repeat. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. And the next one is niyama. Niyama also has 5 steps under it. 5 different units under it. Number 1 is shaucha. Shaucha means purity. Purity of mind and heart. Purity of body and mind. Shaucha, shuchi. A man must be pure in feeling, in body. Both shaucha is important. And the next one is santosha. The man must be happy with whatever he has. I gave you the example of, in the second chapter, I told you the example of Happy Man's shirt. He was 80, 85 or so, not at all worried at all. He was a man of joy, he said. That santosha is missing in us. Whenever we accept today is the best day on earth, the happiest time is now and now only, then that is santosha. If we feel that we get this when we get that one, that is not the santosha at all. They are desires. If you satisfy one, the other one will come. So santosha is accepting what is there for you at present and be pleased with whatever you have. And another important thing is swadhyaya, third one in the niyama, swadhyaya. What is swadhyaya? A teacher must come to the class after preparing for that day's lessons. That is his swadhyaya. A software engineer must refresh himself with whatever he is doing in his office. That is his swadhyaya. A doctor must again and again see what is the new invention in the field in which he has to treat the patient. That is his swadhyaya. What is swadhyaya for a spiritual man? Swadhyaya for a spiritual man is studying the scriptures, which he ought to study. Sir, we understand Bhagavad Gita by one reading, not necessary to read it every day. You may tell me. But I have one thing. You charge your mobile twice a day. You charge yourself 3 times food. You take rest every day, do all the activities every day. Why do you say no to spiritual swadhyaya? Swadhyaya is an important part of your life. Sir, what are we to do? I generally tell that there is spiritual tourism. What's called, you go here and find out that doesn't give you peace of mind. You go to some other ashrama, find that it doesn't give you peace of mind. There must be an end of our spiritual tourism. You have come to Bhagavad Gita where you can end your journey. You can be happy with whatever Krishna says. Repeatedly read it. That is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is studying this scripture that you are to study. What is there in Bhagavad Gita? You already know from the 4th chapter, first 3 shlokas of 4th chapter. All that is there in Vedas, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra are there in Bhagavad Gita. Let those who have dedicated themselves for different studies do it. But men in responsible jobs like you, Bhagavad Gita is sufficient for you. Read 1 chapter, 2 chapter, 3 chapter. After some years, read 18 chapters every day. It doesn't take much time. You can do it in 1 hour. 45 to 50 minutes you can complete. That is Swadhyaya. Krishna says, or Yoga says, you ought to do it. And then, last one, Ishvara Pranidhana. You must believe that there is something beyond me. Believe that there is an Ishvara. Believe that there is God. And there is a relation between you and that cosmic consciousness. That is Ishvara Pranidhana, belief in God. So these are the 5 steps of Niyama. And the third one is Asana, yoga positions, physical positions. There are many exercises told to us to do. Say, for example, Surya Namaskara. With different steps we have in Surya Namaskara, we praise on God and do the steps one after another. And we believe that it heals all our problems. So that is also a part of asana. And other asanas also are good. Shirshasana or whatever asana you have, that the only teachers of prana, asana teachers know it more. Asana, then pranayama. Another important thing, pranayama parayana, you had that in the 4th chapter, you underlined that. There are experts who teach pranayama for us. To make it very simple, pranayama is to take the breath for a long time slowly, holding it comfortably for a long time, letting it out. Those who take long breaths live longer. That is the principle. That's why human beings, elephants, tortoise, snakes live for 100 years. All other animals breathe fast. Therefore, they have 25 or 30 years of life. And in pranayama, you also know, more oxygen you get, you will have more healing ability in yourselves. So pranayama is a real gift to the world by Indian spiritualists. Krishna says about this, Patanjali says about this, and the people have begun to speak about pranayama. They teach a lot. And then pratyahara. However much you try, you have to control yourselves. Controlling over the senses and the mind is pratyahara. We must know where the desires are coming. We must know how to control them. And we must be able to control whether we are guided by our senses or we guide our senses is important. Am I the manager of my senses or do the senses manage me? This is a simple two things. If the senses are managing me, there is something on the plate, I immediately go and eat it because it says go and eat it. But I manage the senses, no, I will eat at 2 o'clock and you control your senses. So that is pratyahara. And then concentration. Concentration, thinking about God continuously, totally surrendering to Him. Dharana and dhyana. What we are to do, Krishna will tell us dhyana. And the last, the ninth one is samadhi. That is the end of spiritual exercise. That is where Ramakrishna, Ramana Maharshi, and all people got the end of this cycle of birth and death. That is the samadhi, last state. Can we get that? Maybe some of us, may not be some of us, but there is nothing wrong in trying. If you can sit without ego for a few minutes, leaving everything out, all your problems out, all your difficulties out, surrendering yourself to God, that is what is yoga. Krishna tells about all these 9 steps in Bhagavad Gita. They are put to a different order by Patanjali, and we have our salutations to Patanjali also before we go to the 6th chapter. It is already time. Thank you for listening. Even this one is